Hello, and thank you for taking the time to watch this short video. In this video, we'll be talking about how to get back into your MHT grants account if you are having trouble accessing your account, either because you've forgotten your password or you're having trouble with resetting your password. This video will apply to people who are trying to access their accounts in order to complete a grant application that you've already started, either for an MHT, a Maryland Historical Trust grant, or for a Maryland Heritage Areas Authority grant. Both of those applications are using the same system. You also might be watching this video because you're trying to access your account in order to complete a report, because you've already been awarded one of these grants and you need to get back into that same account. So at this point, let's go ahead and see what that process would look like. I'm going to share my screen. And so if you're trying to access your account, you need to be at the following website, mht.maryland, spelled out, .gov, G-O-V. Or you might have a direct link to get into the grants account system that you got that link probably from one of your grants administrators through an email. But if not, you can go to our homepage here, mht.maryland.gov again, and you'll see this magenta, purple, maroon button that says My Grant Account right there on the homepage. That button is also present on some of our other pages, like any of the pages where you're looking at funding. You see that button is there. So wherever you are on our website, whether it's the home page or here, just go ahead and click the My Grant Account. And then you should see this page. And again, you might have gotten to this page directly through a link that was sent to you in an email as well. But once you're here, the process is the same for getting into your account. So if you've tried to put in your email address, and you've tried to put in the password that maybe you thought was associated with the account for your grant, and hit login, you may have gotten an email or a message that comes up like this. It says invalid email or password. Well, if you're pretty sure that this is the email address that your organization has used to access the system in the past, then you can get a password sent to that email address in order to reset that password. If you're not sure whether you're using the right email address, maybe talk with folks at your organization and see which email address they used when they logged in to complete the grant application, or you can call one of us here at the Maryland Historical Trust or the Maryland Heritage Areas Program, and we can look up for you which email is associated with your grant account. But if you know the email and you just need to get the password reset, go ahead and enter the email here. Let me show you that one more time because I don't think I pointed out which link I clicked to get here. Oh, sometimes that happens. So again, if you've decided you know the email, you just need to reset that password, click the Forgot Password link right there under Password. And then you'll get to that screen I was just on. And you'll enter your email address carefully. This is the one you know is associated with your account. And click Send Password. It'll bring you back to this login screen and give you a message here in red that says that the system has sent, if your email is indeed a valid account, then the system will have sent a temporary password to your email address. Go ahead and check your inbox. So I'll go ahead and do that now. I'll check my email. And this should come straight to your inbox, but if it doesn't for any reason, it might be that it's in your spam folder. So do check your spam folder. The email I see is showing up right here. It's from MHT grant staff, and the subject will be your Maryland Historical Trust Grant System Information Request. Then you open up that email, and you'll see the temporary password that's been sent to you. If you have clicked the link to send a temporary password multiple times in the same day, then you might have multiple emails that look like this. If that's the case, that's okay, but you need to make sure you're using the most recent temporary password, the one that was just sent to you. Don't use one that was sent hours earlier when you've already gotten another one. So at this point, you can either take note of this password, write it down to enter it as your temporary password, or you can copy and paste it, which is what I like to do. So you can do Control-C if you're comfortable using keyboard shortcuts. Make sure you've just got the password itself selected and not spaces or punctuation on either side. Or you can right-click here and press Copy. So now we've got our temporary password selected, and we're going to go back to the login screen and try to log in to our account using that temporary password. So I'm putting in the same email that I used when the same email that I had that temporary password sent to, and I'll go ahead and paste in the password since I copied and pasted it. You can check and see that you're pasting in the right thing by clicking on this little eyeball symbol here, and it'll flash and show you that you have copied in that password. So at this point, I'll go ahead and click Login. And the system is going to ask for a current password and for you to create a new password and confirm it. Now what this system means though when it asks for the current password, and this is sometimes where people get tripped up, is that you should paste in or type in that temporary password again. That's what it's calling your current password. So the temporary password that you got in the email, go ahead and make sure that that is what you put in the current password box field with no spaces, no additional punctuation or anything. And then you'll go ahead and create a new password. So I'm just going to do a very simple one for right now. You'll see that your password needs to contain at least 5 characters. It needs to contain both letters and numbers. And you should make it as complex as you can, you know, that you're comfortable with in order to make sure it's a secure password for your login, but also something you can remember. And you need to make sure that you're typing the same thing into both of these boxes. So you can click the I if you want and check and see. And I'm going to intentionally type 2 different things in to show you what it will do. So it's saying your passwords don't match, which I expected. So this time I'll try to do it right, but I wanted you to see this is the message that you'll get. So I'm going to paste in that temporary password one more time, which we're calling our current password. And this time, hopefully, I'll get these 2 exactly right to exactly match what I want my new password to be. And I've included letters and numbers, made sure that it was more than 5 characters total. All right, so I clicked Update there, and it let me into my account with my new and updated password. Now that you're in your account, you should be able to look at both applications that you're working on or that you've already submitted, and also requirements or reports. So you can toggle back and forth between reports and requirements and applications using these tabs once you're in. And you can also look at both new requirements, new reports, or you can change and look at in progress reports, ones you've started working on but you haven't actually submitted. And you can look at submitted reports and requirements as well. The same goes for applications. If you're not seeing an application, you may need to change the setting here and look at either your already submitted applications or your in progress ones, depending on what you want to work on or see. All right, so I hope going through this has been very helpful. I would say if you try to use this technique to reset your password and you're still having trouble, or you get logged into an account but you don't see the reports or the applications that you need, it probably is that the case that you're logging in with an email address that's not associated with the account that you want it to be associated with. So if that's the case, do give one of us a call. I'm Ennis Barbary Smith. We also have Jennifer Neely and Jennifer Ruffner. All three of us can help check in the back end of our system and see what email address you should be using to get to either the application or the report that you need to get to. So again, I hope this video has been very helpful, and best of luck accessing your account. Contact us if needed.